My name is Andrea Woods, and this is my presentation of Racism in America. After 200 years of black trials and triumphs, racism in America is still seen as a controversial issue. The segregation laws during the civil rights era and the legalized discrimination tactics used against minorities in the 20th century are eerily similar. The official election of the first black president of the United States of America took place in November 2008. African American descendant Barack Obama emerged as an influential politician as well as a world leader. America was under the assumption that race relations would no longer be an issue. However, a legitimate means of divide and conquer has been unveiled. It is at the forefront of race relations, legalized discrimination, and oppression methods used by top officials to undermine minorities. Although slavery was abolished centuries ago, America continues to struggle as a nation susceptible to two nations under several gods. Blacks and minorities are still fighting for the equal rights promised to them by their forefathers. In the 1880s into the 1960s, a ritual of laws, Jim Crow laws, separated blacks and whites from coexisting in the same establishments. Promise of equality for blacks and minorities would not come until decades later, with the start of the civil rights movement, pictured here on the left. Unfortunately, race relations have never been solid. In August of 2014, the shooting death of a black unarmed teenager by a white police officer sparked protests by residents in Ferguson, Missouri, pictured here on the right.
Shoot! Don't shoot! Protesters in Ferguson are reorganizing, renewing their calls of justice for Mike Brown. Activists marched through downtown St. Louis Saturday, beginning a rally they describe as a show of unity against police violence nationwide. The march is just one event in a 4-day series of protests that wrap up Monday. Crowds gathered early Saturday as police in riot gear looked on. Demonstrators set up a Day of the Dead altar, a Mexican Halloween tradition to memorialize Brown, while men in dark suits carried a mirrored coffin through the streets. But critics are saying the message is getting lost.
They say they want justice for all, or no justice, no peace. They're basically saying no indictment, no peace.
Brown was shot and killed August 9th by Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson. Authorities claim Brown was shot after attacking Wilson and trying to take his gun. But witnesses say the teenager was unarmed, with his hands in the air. The shooting prompted weeks of sometimes violent protests throughout the St. Louis suburb. I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
As a result of demonstration of images of police violence to start upon protesters was called in to investigate civil rights violations. The investigation uncovered violations of the First, Fourth, and 14th Amendments to the Constitution of the United States. The First Amendment has always been seen as freedom of expression. An Oklahoma University student, Levi Rice, is shown here singing along with his Sigma Alpha Epsilon brothers a tune filled with racial epithets in expression of his First Amendment rights.
There'll never be a nigger at There'll never be a nigger at You never from a dream, but never talk with me. There'll never be a nigger.
Individual racism occurs at both conscious and unconscious levels and is perpetuated when the beliefs, attitudes, and actions of individuals support racism. It can be active or passive and is not limited to telling a racist joke, using a racial epithet, or believing in the inherent superiority of whites.
An Austin attorney says he was
Austin,
behind
Texas
one of the
attorney
most
Adam
talked about
Raposa has
stories
claimed
on
responsibility for
KXAN.com.
posting
Window
exclusively
stickers
for
reading
white stickers
exclusively for
in the
white
historical
people
black
appeared on some East
neighborhood
Austin
of Austin,
businesses
Texas.
on Wednesday.
This is also viewed as an expression of his First Amendment rights.
Is turning into whites only, not by law like it used to be. And everyone's gonna jump on, that's racist, that's racist. Man, this town, the way works is racist. And I knew that I could just bait all of y'all into just being as stupid as you are.
That's Austin attorney Adam Raposa. He posted that video on YouTube. He says the stickers were satire about the gentrification of East Austin. In the video, he blasts people for not getting the message. The stickers were complete with an official City of Austin seal. Mayor Steve Adler and other civic leaders condemned the stunt. We contacted Austin Police. They say they were made aware of Raposa's video and are reviewing it. We're not sure if any charges for vandalism can or will be filed. For some perspective on all this, KXAN profiled Adam Raposa back in 2012. At the time, he was known for his eye-catching, some say angry commercials, promising to be tough for his clients.
I'm a lawyer! Don't get in my way!
Raposa has also been jailed for contempt of court for using a lewd gesture.
While restoration has been applied in the majority of these instances except the latter, the ultimate question to be answered is racism in America being disguised in the form of judicial injustice against minorities? You be the judge.